Do I ever have to turn away clients because there is nothing to be done on the book or because there is no way that I can help them? My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. And the answer to both of those questions is yes. And so I'm going to start with the second one first because I know that's the one that everybody is afraid of. And so the question that specifically says, are there ever times that you have to turn somebody away because there's nothing to be salvaged from the project? And while that is not true, there is always something to be salvaged. And I'm going to come back to that word choice here in a second. But there is sometimes people will come to me with a project that is not ready for professional eyes and they would be throwing good money after bad services. This is usually when people are writing their very first book for the very first time and they don't have a lot of support or they haven't done a lot of the work to read critically and to analyze their writing. They're just very excited about a story. And while that feeling is good and you should hang on to that energy, you do not need to be spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars to have somebody look at your very first effort when a writing group would be able to do a lot of that work for you, and simply just sitting down and reading critically and practicing is going to get you a lot farther than one person's opinion. And the reason that I turn people down at this stage is because there is an implication, even though I am very careful to make sure that I am not promising anybody anything with my services. I cannot guarantee that you are going to have any specific outcome because I cannot control the market. There is an implication that at the end of editing services, you are ready for publication to some degree. Either you are ready to put your book up on a self-publishing platform or you are ready to go pursue traditional publication and have a good experience. Even if it doesn't necessarily result in a contract, you are going to get good feedback, you're going to get good traction, you're going to be having a good experience out there, and you are moving towards that goal very quickly. And if I am taking a first draft of a first book and this person has a lot still to do on their own as a writer, that implication starts to feel like a lie. And again, I don't make these promises to people, but people feel like that is there. And so I don't ever want to say like, yeah, sure, give me your few $1,000s and yeah, bye, see how that works out for you. I don't want to do that to people. I want to help people feel successful, not feel like they threw a bunch of money down the drain. On the other side of this, though, there is always something worth salvaging within that story. And I don't totally love the word salvage, but I understand what you mean. We're going to read this with good intent. And there is always something good in the story. It might be a concept, it might be a hook, it might be your voice, it might just be you. Because you are an important piece of this puzzle. You cannot be separated out from your work. You are your work. You are the artist. You are the creator. You are the storyteller. And your voice, your story, the things that you bring to the table matter. Those might not be on the page in a very meaningful and clear way yet, but that doesn't mean that I am ever going to tell somebody to stop writing or give up or to put this down, because your story matters. Beyond that, there's always something else on the page. There is a concept, there is a hook, there is the way that you tell us something, there is something that you are bringing to this that is fresh and new and invigorating, and you should continue pursuing that. And then the other question was, do you ever turn somebody away because there is nothing to do? And that has happened precisely once, in which I read through somebody's work and he says, you know, I've been getting form rejections out on the circuit and I don't know what is happening. And I read his pages and I was like, man, listen, I don't know either. These are really good. You've got character on the page. I know what she wants. I know what is happening. There's good forward momentum without it being confusing. I don't know. Science fiction and fantasy is really hard. It's extremely competitive to break in. There are very few publishers who are publishing it, and there are a lot of people who want to be writing it. This is not like other genres where there are a lot of passive romance readers and a lot of passive literary readers. Science fiction and fantasy, for whatever reason, a huge number of the readers want to be writers of it as well. And so there's a disproportionate number of people trying to get into that business. It's hard. So I told this guy, I was like, listen, I could take your money. I could move a few words around. I could poke at it, but that would be unethical, I believe. And so I'm going to say no, but good luck, because I really think that you've got something worth publishing here. So the answer to both of these questions is yes, but probably not in the way that you thought it was going to be.